This is where you're just going to call me an SEC homer, and that's okay. I'm used to it. 5 SEC teams will make the first 12-team college football playoff. 5. So when I did my post-spring top 25, I got done and I realized, wait, I have 5 SEC teams in the playoff here. Is that too many? Do I need to adjust it? And I thought, no, I don't think I do. Because let's look at how last season ended. There were 7 teams that will be in the SEC in 2024. So at the end of 2023, 7 teams that are going to be in the SEC in 2024 were in the top 13 of the college football playoff rankings. So that was Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU, and Oklahoma. We're all in the top 13 of the college football playoff rankings. So now we know how the rules work. Highest ranked group of 5 champ gets in. That probably means, because they're probably going to be ranked lower than number 12, that probably means the number 12 team booted out. If one of the power conference teams happens to be ranked lower than number 12, then your number 11 team's probably getting booted out too. But I think as big as these power conferences are now, I think the chances of a champion being ranked under number 12, pretty slim. I think that your ACC champ and your Big 12 champ are probably going to be top 10 teams. So I'm thinking, can the SEC get 5 teams in that top 11? And yeah, I do think it's possible because Alabama, Georgia, and Texas, from a roster standpoint, are capable of competing for the national title. It doesn't mean they're going to have the perfect seasons, but you don't have to have the perfect season anymore. So we think those 3 teams are going to get in, and we think maybe one of those teams is going to win the SEC. Now, there's some other teams that could be competitive and also compete for the SEC title, but we think those 3 teams probably would get in. Texas and Ole Miss, both of those I feel like got good schedule draws. Alabama and Georgia, they got a little bit tougher schedule draws. But Texas and Ole Miss got good schedule draws. Ole Miss, the roster looks good. Ole Miss would have made it last year in this system. Missouri would have made it last year in this system. Now, I don't know if Missouri this year is going to be as good. We'll talk a little more about the Tigers later. We know their defense needs to be, replenished. I'm not worried about their offense. So they're a contender. Tennessee got a great schedule draw. Should be better on offense. Should be as good or better on defense. They got a good situation. Oklahoma and LSU are Oklahoma and LSU. Now, yes, their schedules are a little bit tougher. But these are programs that always are good. Like their baseline is good. So if some of the breaks go their way, they could be 10-win regular season teams. They could be in the playoff. I think it's possible. You look at last year, it probably would have been 4. Go through the years. And this is cyclical because if you go through the years of the college football playoff, there were years when the SEC would have only gotten 3 in. I think there was one year where they only would have gotten 2 into the college football playoff because they had some doubt. Like there was a period where it was really Alabama carrying everybody. But the SEC is very deep right now. The Big Ten is trying to get that deep. And I will be curious to see which Big Ten teams we're talking about because those are the ones that are probably going to be fighting with the SEC teams for these spots. This is probably where your Penn State comes in. If Iowa has a functional offense. I didn't predict that. I thought about predicting Iowa will have a functional offense. I'm not sure I'm ready to go that far yet. But those are the teams that are going to be fighting for these spots. If USC is good, they could be fighting for one of these spots. Like if USC's defense is really improved, for all the stuff we say about Lincoln Riley, we love his offense. His offense is always good. So if their defense is improved, do they get in the mix for one of these? Then you got the Big 12, where it feels like anybody can win it. The ACC, we're going to talk about that in a second. But right now, I'm saying 5 SEC teams in that first 12-team playoff. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.